You've been learning English for a long time, maybe months, maybe years. You've spent hours studying grammar, memorizing vocabulary, watching videos, reading articles. You understand a lot. You even think, my level is not bad. But when it's time to actually speak, something strange happens. You freeze. Your heart beats faster. You open your mouth and nothing comes out. You feel your confidence disappear in 1 second. Your brain starts screaming, say something, anything. But your tongue just doesn't move. And then you smile awkwardly, hoping the moment will pass. You walk away thinking, what's wrong with me? Why can I understand everything, but still can't speak? You tell yourself you're shy, or maybe your memory is bad. Maybe English is just too hard. But deep down, you know that's not true. You know there's something missing, something no grammar book or vocabulary list ever taught you. And today, you're going to find out what it is. Before we dive in, let me tell you what this channel is about. Here, we don't just study English, we live it. We improve our English through real stories, through listening, thinking, and feeling. So if you want to learn to think and speak in English naturally, make sure to subscribe, because what you're about to hear could change the way you learn forever. Now, let's start with the truth. The reason you still can't speak English is not because you're lazy. It's not because you're bad at languages. It's not even because you haven't studied enough. The real reason is that you've been training the wrong part of your brain. You've been learning English like a student, not using it like a speaker.
Think about it. When you study grammar rules, your brain stores information in your logical center, the same part that solves math problems. But speaking is not a math problem. It's emotion, it's rhythm, it's connection. You can't speak logically, you speak instinctively. And instincts don't come from books. They come from repetition, emotion, and use. Imagine trying to learn how to ride a bike by reading about it. You could read for hours, watch hundreds of videos, and memorize all the steps. But when you finally sit on the bike, you'll fall. Not because you didn't study, but because you didn't practice balance. That's exactly what happens with English. You know how to speak, but your brain never learned the balance of real communication.
Most learners spend 90% of their time learning passively, reading, watching, memorizing, but only 10% actually speaking. And that's why you freeze when it's time to talk. Your brain has all the data, but no practice turning that data into sound. It's like a computer with a huge hard drive, but no processor.
But here's the good news. You can fix it, and it's easier than you think. You just need to change your learning direction from passive to active, from perfect to expressive, from silent to loud.
Step 1. Accept imperfection. Most learners wait for the right moment, the day they'll finally feel ready to speak. But that day never comes. Why? Because the more you wait, the more you fear. The only way to overcome fear is to speak before you feel ready. Speak with mistakes. Speak with pauses. Speak even if your grammar is wrong. Because every mistake is a teacher, and every word you say is a step toward fluency. Step 2. Use English every single day, not just when you study, but in your life. Talk to yourself while cooking. Describe what you see when walking down the street. Record voice notes in English. Think in English before you sleep. These small moments create massive progress. Because fluency is not built in classrooms, it's built in moments. Step 3. Connect English to emotion. Do you remember how easily you remember song lyrics, but not grammar rules? That's because emotion locks information into your memory. Start watching English content that makes you feel something. Stories, movies, songs, not just lessons. When English touches your emotions, your brain keeps it forever. But there's another problem: fear of judgment. Maybe you're afraid that people will laugh at your accent, or that they'll not understand you, or that you'll embarrass yourself. Let me tell you something powerful. Nobody cares. Truly. People are not judging you. They're too busy judging themselves. The only person judging you is you. When a child learns to speak, they make mistakes all the time. They say things like "I goed" instead of "I went." But no one stops them. They keep talking and slowly they get better. Adults, however, stop themselves. One mistake and silence. And that silence is what kills fluency, not the mistake itself.
So what should you do instead? Speak. Even when you don't feel ready. Even when you're scared. Because your brain learns through exposure, not through thinking. The more you use English in real life, the faster it becomes natural. Another thing that keeps you stuck is translating in your head. When you think in your native language first and then try to convert it to English, your brain creates delay. That's why you hesitate. To fix this, you need to start thinking in English. Begin small. Think short sentences. I'm hungry. I'm tired. It's cold today. Gradually, move to longer thoughts. It's like building a new road in your brain. The more you drive on it, the smoother it becomes. Now, let's talk about confidence. Confidence doesn't appear when your English is perfect. Confidence creates perfect English. You build it every time you open your mouth and speak. And here's the thing. When you speak confidently, even simple words sound powerful. But when you speak with fear, even perfect grammar sounds weak. So don't chase perfect English, chase confident English. Do you know what's ironic? You already have everything you need. You already understand grammar. You know hundreds of words. You watch videos like this and understand 80 to 90%. That's huge. You're not a beginner. You just need to unlock what's already inside you.
Your problem isn't knowledge, it's silence. And silence is broken only by sound. Your voice. That's why I always tell learners, speak out loud. Don't just read English. Don't just listen. Repeat, mimic, shadow. Let the words live in your mouth, not just your head. When you start doing this, something magical happens. Your sentences become smoother, your pronunciation improves naturally, your confidence grows, and suddenly, English doesn't feel like a foreign language anymore. It feels like you. Let me give you an example. Imagine two learners, Sarah and Leo. Sarah studies English grammar every day. She memorizes vocabulary, writes exercises, and watches YouTube videos silently. Leo, on the other hand, spends less time studying, but he speaks out loud every day. He records himself. He repeats movie lines. He listens and imitates. After 3 months, who do you think speaks better? Not the one who studied more, but the one who spoke more. Because fluency isn't about knowledge. It's about training your mouth and your mind to move together. And here's something else you probably never thought about. Your body language affects your fluency. When you sit stiff and nervous, your breath becomes shallow and your voice gets tight. But when you move, smile, and use your hands, your energy changes. Your brain feels safer. You speak more freely. So next time you practice, stand up, walk around, use your body, feel alive. Because speaking English is not just mental, it's physical too.
You might be thinking, okay, but what if I live in a country where no one speaks English? Perfect. Then you have the best practice partner ever,
yourself. Talk to yourself every day. Create imaginary conversations. Pretend you're giving a presentation. Ask yourself questions and answer them. It may feel strange at first, but it works. Because your brain doesn't care whether the person you're talking to is real or not. It only cares that you're speaking. Now let's talk about mindset. Many learners say, "I can't speak English yet." That one word, can't, stops you. Change it. Say, "I'm learning to speak English." Do you feel the difference? One feels like failure, the other feels like progress. Words shape your reality. So speak to yourself like someone who's improving, not someone who's stuck. Fluency is not magic. It's the result of hundreds of small steps. Every word you say today brings you closer. Every story you listen to, every sentence you repeat, every time you think in English. It's progress. You might not notice it daily, but it's happening. There will be days when you feel confident and days when you feel you're getting worse. That's normal. Learning isn't a straight line. Some days you'll speak smoothly, other days you'll struggle. But remember, every struggle is proof you're growing.
You might be thinking, okay, but what if I live in a country where no one speaks English? Perfect! Then you have the best practice partner ever, yourself. Talk to yourself every day. Create imaginary conversations. Pretend you're giving a presentation. Ask yourself questions and answer them. It may feel strange at first, but it works. Because your brain doesn't care whether the person you're talking to is real or not, it only cares that you're speaking. Now, let's talk about mindset. Many learners say, "I can't speak English yet." That one word, can't, stops you. Change it. Say, "I'm learning to speak English." Do you feel the difference? One feels like failure. The other feels like progress. Words shape your reality. So speak to yourself like someone who's improving, not someone who's stuck. Fluency is not magic. It's the result of hundreds of small steps. Every word you say today brings you closer. Every story you listen to, every sentence you repeat, every time you think in English, it's progress. You might not notice it daily, but it's happening. There will be days when you feel confident and days when you feel you're getting worse. That's normal. Learning isn't a straight line. Some days you'll speak smoothly, other days you'll struggle. But remember, every struggle is proof you're growing.
Now imagine this. 6 months from now, you're in a cafe abroad. The waiter asks, "What would you like to order?" And without thinking, you answer, smoothly, naturally, confidently. You realize you didn't translate. You didn't panic. You just spoke. That moment will come, but only if you start speaking now. So why can't you speak English yet? Because you've been trying to be perfect instead of being brave. But bravery builds fluency. You don't need to sound like a native speaker. You just need to sound like yourself in English. So here's your challenge. Today, speak out loud for 5 minutes. Talk about anything, your day, your dreams, your breakfast. Don't stop, don't correct, just speak. Record yourself if you can. Listen tomorrow. You'll notice it's not as bad as you thought. That's how you build confidence, by doing, not waiting. And remember, fluency is not the end of your journey. It's a side effect of enjoying English. When you stop forcing it and start living it, that's when you truly start speaking. You've got this. You're not behind. You're not failing. You're just one brave step away from your voice. So keep listening, keep speaking, keep feeling. And when the world hears your English, they won't just hear words. They'll hear your story.
If this message spoke to you, subscribe to this channel, because here we learn English not by memorizing, but by connecting, through stories that change how you think, feel, and speak. Let's grow together, one story, one word, one brave sentence at a time.